Hey besties and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a review on the comebacks in August. Please remember that this is just my opinion. Now, let's get started with the video. This is giving me very much 2017 summer vibes, but in a good way. It's refreshing yet elegant without being too boring or taking up too much space, which I like a lot. So far, she's been releasing amazing titles with great B-sides, and this is added onto the list of them, because I really like it. I thought I was gonna be bored at first and that it was just gonna be some mediocre song that I'll forget about in a day, but this was way more interesting than I thought, and I think the chorus helped with it a lot. It's an actual full chorus that does its job of filling out the song since the verses aren't doing that much. Glitch is still my favorite title track by her so far, but I do think that this is a good comeback, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
I wanna taste your lip gloss. Pumping candy, you make it pop. Lip gloss, lip gloss.
Although I'm not heavily into the boys, I do like a lot of their songs, especially their songs with the fun concepts, so I thought I would love this release since I also loved Thrill Ride, but not really. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the song at all, but I feel like there's something missing, mainly in the chorus. It's not completely empty, but for the verses to be very chill, I would have liked something more bright with more of a kick, but it could also just be the fact that I've only listened to the full song once. I do think that the choreography made the song more fun. It's overall a really nice song that's groovy and kind of gives me High School Musical 2 vibes in a good way, but I just can't really see myself listening to this often, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Fast forward.
I feel like Teddy went to a predominantly white gay club or European club for the first time, then decided to give Somi a song based on that. It literally sounds like 2016 club music, and even though I think it fits Somi in a way, I'm just not feeling the song like that. Besides it being catchy and kind of growing on me, it just doesn't do much for me, and I feel like they barely try when it comes to Somi's title tracks after What You Waiting For, because they've been giving her the same formula since probably besides XOXO. It's not bad, but just very basic and one of her weaker titles. As for the album, it's alright, and the only song I really liked was Pisces, and that could be because I'm a Pisces myself, but it's so cute and magical. Overall, the comeback is alright, and even though I can understand why some people would like it, it's just not for me really, so I'm gonna also give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I wish you would love me again. No, I don't want nobody else. I wish you could love me again.
Even though this is just a pre-release, this is really good and not what I expected from him. I honestly thought he was gonna release some boring ass Frank Sinatra Christmas type of music, since I know he loves that sound and has done covers of them, but I'm so glad he knows that most of us don't wanna hear that and decided to release something that suits him really well. I've been wanting him to go back to his slower R&B roots like he did in his first solos like Stigma and Singularity, and even though I know he probably won't be able to top those songs since they're just perfect, but this is a really nice release. It's slow and chill, but not so boring. It's more like something that would play in a jazz bar or local cafe. Even though I was already looking forward to his solo, this makes me more curious as to what he's gonna release for the title track, so I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. They've been doing so good with their songs lately this year, and I'm loving it. I didn't know how this release would sound just because they can sometimes be unpredictable, but this is just so cute. The post-chorus reminds me a lot of those 2013 nightcore sounds, and it oddly brings me a lot of nostalgia and happiness, which is really cool. It may sound a bit dated, but not in the aged poorly type of way. It's a nice dated sound that suits Stacy really well. I would have also loved some 8-bit sounds too, but the song is still great. I also love that verse right before the pre-chorus, because that melody is so catchy and I love the way itzy sings it. I also think the Disney World type of castle concept was pretty creative and a fun touch to the song. This may not be anything different, but it's cute and makes you feel happy, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Honestly, they had me really nervous because when they released Forgettable As Life's Too Short, I felt like this was gonna be bad too. It's actually way better than I thought it was gonna be and I love the concept so much. I think I actually like the concept and styling better than the song because it's so tropical and fresh. It reminds me the summer fruitier era aesthetic. It's very simple and kinda repetitive, but it's a decent song. I think it's because I know they could do better and I would have loved for their English release to Hold On Tight or something similar, but this is a cute summer song that's growing on me more. I don't know if I'll see myself putting it on, but I wouldn't skip it either, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. We finally got a solo from Jihyo, which are one of the Twice members that I've been looking forward to the most when it comes to their solo debut, since she's one of the best performers and just has so much solo potential. The song definitely starts out a bit slow, but then has a nice build up into the chorus. I'm not necessarily mad at the chorus since it is good and her voice makes it better, but I do think that it's lacking. I know it's not meant to be an energetic type of song, but the chorus just feels flat in some parts. But I love that post-chorus, even though that part isn't anything special. I like the beat. I think this is the type of song that gets better as it progresses, especially in the last chorus, but I did have higher expectations for her debut. The concept suits her really well, especially since she is pretty versatile and able to fit into different sounds or concepts, but I just feel like this song didn't showcase her full potential like I wanted it to. As for the album, it was pretty good. Closer is definitely the best song on the album. Like, even though I wish it was longer, it's an amazing song that fits her perfectly and I feel like it should have been the title track if it had a bit more energy. The rest of the songs are pretty good and my other favorite song was Wishing on You and I love the magical vibes of it. The features on the album suited her too, especially with C's. But it's overall a good album for a debut, although I wish the title track had more power to it. It's a pretty good debut and I can see it growing on me more, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. You'd think after nearly 2 years that they would release something to capture people's attention and do something different, but they did the exact opposite. It's literally an Adios PT.2, but just not as intense. Out of all the songs they have released, I would have at least liked for them to come back with something similar to Dun Dun or Lottie Da, but there's nothing really special about this song to me. I do think that even though it should have been longer, I loved that pre-chorus like it was just too good to be that short. I also loved that bridge too and I think that's where the song was really getting somewhere and got better. It's not boring or anything, but the first half was just a copy of Adios and those typical 2020 girl crush songs. Of course it doesn't have to be this spectacular song, but I just wish they would have done something more to be back after a while, so I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. When I tell you nothing could have prepared me for this song at all, like I thought it was gonna be some sentimental slow song, then that beat switch came out of nowhere, but I should have known since this is NCT we're talking about. The beginning was so beautiful and even though the rap part threw me off, it's still really good and that pre-chorus is just too good. I was a little worried that the chorus wouldn't be that good, but I actually like it a lot and it feels like a special graduation song in a way. That bridge was also so beautiful, like I knew once I saw Do Young and Tail signing it that they were gonna absolutely devour. The album overall is amazing and although I don't think nothing could top their album in 2020, this album is still great. I absolutely love Pato, Not Your Fault, Kangaroo, Caldy, and even the interlude. There's barely any skips and although I love NCT, I didn't think I would love this comeback as much as I did. Even the line distribution was pretty good to split between like 21 people, and the songs are just so amazing. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
In my baggy jeans. In my baggy jeans. In my baggy jeans. You know what I mean.
I was originally not gonna review it, since it's a part of the NCT 2023 album, but it's technically a comeback, so it makes sense. I was so excited when I heard that the NCT unit that did the 7th Sense is coming back, since I love the unit, but I did expect it to sound like this. Honestly, everything is pretty good besides that chorus and final part of the song. The pre-chorus is really good and some of the verses kinda eat, but it's that chorus that I can't get over. Like they've had chorus similar to this that grew on me, but something about it just sounds so off and weird. I would probably like it if it didn't have the distorted voice and something more behind the instrumental, but it's so jarring to me. Overall, it's not terrible, but I was hoping for something better, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. And that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you'd want, and have a good day. Bye besties.